Hi guys, I just want us to do a very quick, recursive SQL. Let's quickly see what a very simple recursive SQL looks like. And by recursive tells you about repetition. Okay, so recursive means you write one query and then you write another query, which is your recursive query. Okay, that acts on the base query, which is written, to produce things like in series, to produce a series of outputs. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can keep carrying this up to 1 million, 1 billion, so that's what recursion simply means. Okay, repetition on certain criteria. Okay, so we are now going to look at, let me just create. Right, so let's let us let me just zoom this out. So let us write query that outputs 1 to 10. Okay, so once we write a query that will give us numbers 1 to 10, that's what we're trying to do. And we'll use a common table expression, okay, which is the with clause. So we say with recursive. So because I'm using my SQL, I have to use recursive. I think some other databases like Oracle, and I think MySQL server, you don't need to put recursive, but in Postgre and MySQL, you need to insert recursive. So with recursive, and let's call that, we can say, let's call that figures. Let's call them numerals. Let's say numerals, okay, or numbers, or whatever name you want to give it. So with recursive, as then open our brackets, let's say bracket close, and let's write down what we want. Okay, so with recursive as let's say the first clause, we select 1 as n, or you can say as number, whatever you want here. Select 1 as number. All right, we don't need a from clause for this particular basic recursive clause. We don't need a from because we haven't got the table, so you only use from when you have a table. And so we say select 1 as number. Okay, then we use our union, because let's say union all. You can use union all in MySQL. In some other databases, you use only union all. I think in Oracle, you use just union all. You must put the all. And same goes for Microsoft's MySQL server. So let's use union all. And then let's write. So this first query is going to be our base query, okay, or our first query. And this second query is going to be our recursive query. So select. We've said this is number as number, so we'll say select number plus 1. Okay, and here we need to have a from, and we're going to say from numerals. So let's copy that. Let's paste that there. So you must, your recursive query, which is your dependent, or which is your secondary query, this is our base query or primary query, this recursive query or the secondary query must make reference to these temporary table you've created using the with or the CTE. So this with creates what we can call a temporary table. I'll call that table numerals. So your recursive query or your dependent or your secondary query, must reference that temporary table. Okay, so select number 1 as numeral, as number, okay, as number. Now we want number, which is 1, whatever the number is, plus 1. So if the number is 1, plus 1 will be 2. When number becomes 2, plus 1 will be 3. When number becomes 3, plus 1 will be 4. Okay, so that's what we're saying from numerals. Because initially we said this table numerals should contain this. That's what we said. But then we're using the union all, clause, or function to say, to join these recursive query. So from numerals, okay, and then we need to put we don't put a limit, let's say limit, or let's just say where, let's put a condition. So where number is less than 10. Okay, so if you do this, if we run this, it's not going to run because we just created it. Oh, we've just done here, like you've created a temporary table, okay, but you've not yet given an instruction for you to have an output. So we said with recursive, and we've called that numerals, as select number 1 as number, union all. What happened? So union all, else join base and recursive. Okay, there it is. And here is our recursive. This is our recursive query. The second one. So let's now say select. So you can say select all columns from numerals. Let's copy that again. From numerals. Let's try to run this now. So if you look at that, it gives you numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you say less than 50, you round that. It's going to take that up to 50. Okay. If you say less than 100, you round that. It's going to take you down to 100. And the reason why you don't say less than 101 is the less than 100 means number is 99 plus 100. Okay. So 99 is less than 100. All right. Yeah. If you say less than, let's just ask it less than 100. If you say less than, instead this less than equal to 100, and you run that, it's going to include 101. You see that, okay? Because when number is 100, 100 plus 1 becomes 101. So if it's less than equal to 100, you have 101. So that's, if you run this without the equal sign, you have just 100. Okay? So this is how you write a very simple recursive query. All right. So if it's been useful or helpful, smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.